Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and wanted to do this maybe quick review. A film I had talked about, but I don't think I've actually done an actual review. Maybe I have. If I have, then disregard that. But of course, it's The Last Exorcism, which, again, is another found footage film. And I know that Eli Roth had a hand of producing it. Actually, I put this in the films I've seen lately, The Town and The Last Exorcism, but I'll do it again. Um, yes, for some people out there, I like re-reviewing stuff because I like talking about movies, and people who didn't see that, they can see this, or vice versa. Uh, I'll be truthful, I didn't watch the movie again because I didn't want to, but I remember enough. Um, not everything. That's my fault. Eli Roth was a producer, though. That was the big thing in all the marketing. I know that. Produced by Eli Roth. Now, it stars a guy named Patrick Fabian, who I liked. He was the thing I liked about the movie. And the Last Exorcism, what I enjoyed was this is a film that, if you ask me what's a film that got ruined by its ending, I would say this film is a prime example of that. I'll be perfectly honest. I got into this film. I got into the story of this guy, Patrick Fabian, really good actor, good character, solid character, about how he was raised to be sort of a preacher man and to perform exorcisms, but then one day his son gets disabled. He reads that an autistic boy died during an exorcism, and he's kind of horrified by reading that. It reminds him of his son, and he realizes more and more that when his son's kind of getting better, he owes it more to science, not to Jesus or whoever. So his faith, he doesn't really believe anymore. So he's going to retire and he wants to do one last exorcism and sort of debunk. And that's why the camera crew is following him, is that he got this camera crew and it's like, you know, this boy died for this exorcism and I don't really believe in it anymore. This boy died because of it. How many people will get hurt or fucked up because of this bullshit? He doesn't say that, but like my son was disabled, and honestly, I think science helped him, not anything out there. And so, randomly, he picks a letter, and then randomly, oh, okay, how convenient. It's the one that's going to condemn him, so to speak. So they go off, and it was this farmer who believes that his daughter is possessed. And throughout the film, she, goes through the obvious possession, and the main character, he pretends to do these exorcisms, but he shows that they're tricks. He shows what they do, and his whole point is that, okay, this is fake what I'm doing. Now, if I do this and she's miraculously cured, then it's bullshit. So that was interesting. Like the actor, like the character, interesting premise of the film. It could be, I don't know, my voice squeaked like that. It could be an idea for an actual film. It's a cool idea with a good actor, a good character. It didn't even need to be found footage. An actual film, it would have worked out just fine. But then, and she's doing this crazy stuff, and some of it doesn't make sense. But okay, she's possessed. Like there's a moment where they're sleeping, and she steals the camera, and I don't know why she steals the camera. Like, why does she steal the camera? She finds a cat. She beats the shit out of the cat with the camera, and you're like, why did it do that? Why did it need to pick up the camera? I couldn't find a shovel, a rake, an axe, or anything other than the camera. I mean, why did it do that? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. About to kill someone, they get her. And like, there's a point where they're talking to her, and she's like, I'm gonna listen to you, and starts breaking her own fingers. And okay, fine, we believe you. She'll like draw pentagrams, which of course I guess that leads to the ending. So like you have the preacher looking at a cross, like something on fire, and he's holding a cross. You have like three visitors, which are the camera people. Like one's hacked to pieces, like pentagram drawings. Just before she had drawn a dead cat, and of course then it happened. Um, I forget. I'll get to that. But basically, they're going through it, okay, and granted, I have a little bit of problems, but okay, I'm getting into it. I'm getting into the story. And again, this ending just fucking killed it. Because they're led to believe that, like, the preacher hears her saying that she wants a blowing job. And the preacher's like, well, if this is a demon, it would know it's called a blow job, not a blowing job. Maybe this shit is never too outrageous that maybe it could be her fucked up head. Honestly, that would have been the more interesting thing to go. The fact that, okay, it's the Last Exorcism, I think that would be ballsy. More ballsy, and the fact that you find out this girl is not possessed, she's fucked up. That would be more interesting. But of course, it's not going to happen. Because it'd be more interesting, in my opinion. So they're about to leave, and then once again, very convenient. Again, like I said, it was very convenient that out of all the things they picked that. But of course, people are like, come on, dude. They have to start the story. So, if they picked some other random one, there'd be no movie. Okay. But very convenient. She says about how, well, there was this boy and she got pregnant from him. So very conveniently, they just arrive at this one place and find this kid there. And then he admits, well, no, I'm gay. I would not have done it. I can't do it. I'm gay. And then this pastor there taught to realize, well, wait a minute, something doesn't make sense. So they go back to the farm. And then when they go back to the farm, instead of the exorcist, it turns into fucking Rosemary's Baby. That's pretty much it. There's a bunch of people there. I think the farmer guy, the father, I guess he had written the letter. And I guess he had written the letter. And he didn't know what was going on. I believe so. Yeah, Louis is bound and gagged on a pole. Yeah, so he doesn't quite know what's going on. He didn't know what was going on. I just find it very weird though that they're this organized, but they couldn't fucking, you know, oh shit, he's sending a letter to this preacher guy to send him over to here. Like they couldn't spot that. They couldn't catch that letter. They couldn't catch that letter, but yet they're disorganized and doing all this shit. Like there's all these people involved with it. And once again, they're involved with it, but yet they're really, trying to maneuver shit. But yet they let by something as important as, oh shit, I'm gonna tell people that something's fucked up going on. I imagine if he wrote that letter to the police, or he wrote a letter to the fucking, some cops down the road saying, not that she's possessed, but things are being fucked up. Here you go. I'm just gonna write a letter. And they couldn't pick up on that, really. They couldn't pick. I don't know. It's just the ending I didn't like. Like, oh, his faith is now regained, and he's going to the, and obviously from the drawings that she did, he's going to be burned up and die. And of course, the other cameramen, they're running and they get killed. They get killed. And then the movie ends. And I'm like, you literally want to yell, fuck you and fuck this movie. I got into the story, I got into the main character, I thought it was a more interesting story to me of this guy, like, it was a very interesting story. It did not have to end that way. No, I don't like the ending. I don't like the fact that all these found footage films. Yes, I like Blair Witch Project, but it was the first one I saw. It did it before. It's not the first found footage film, I know, but it did before a lot of these movies, and their endings can be kind of different. 99% of them are the fucking same. Everybody dead, or fucked up, or disappeared forever. The same. It's a cliche now. Change it up a bit. And you always have that problem where, okay, like they did a baby, like say Rosemary's Baby, she's at the altar, the girl, and she's not possessed. She has this fucked up baby that's not human, and they throw in a fire. He eats this really shifty special fat, and then he goes towards it. I'm like, so okay, your problem with these kind of films is what the fuck is God doing? Is he having a thumb up his ass? Like, okay, all these people are getting away with it. Why the fuck isn't God doing something? That's kind of your problem with when you do these kind of movies. Hey, God, you want to give me a hand here? The Antichrist pretty much got birthed, and all these people don't kill my ass. Hey, if this is real, that means he's probably real. Are you gonna do something, pal? Can you help me out here? Put a thunderbolt up someone's ass? You know? How about you get Jesus come back, but he'll be like Rambo and ripping cults' throats out? That'd be pretty awesome. Hell, get Chuck Norris, with the beard and change it up a little bit. Maybe he could be like. Like that's where you get that aspect. Like, okay, why isn't God doing something? And then you get the aspect like, so they're this coordinated, but yet they couldn't stop the fucking letter from reaching the preacher man in the first place and getting them there. Um, like the shy special. I don't know. I didn't like the way it ended. It didn't have to end that way. It took me out of the movie. It really did, and I was more interested in the fact that this guy, he believed in one thing, then he doesn't anymore, and it would have been more interesting the fact that it came out as fake or it came out as real, and they do a real exorcism. The guy can't believe it. He's doing his real, true exorcism. And then, it comes out there and no one believes it. And, the guy decides to retire anyway because he doesn't want to do this anymore. Or he decides to do it more frequently. Or, I don't know, it could be a number of things. People saw the video and they still didn't believe it. Or, it could be a number of things. And it felt like the cheapest shot in the world, the ending. Oh, you saw I don't give a fuck you saw in the pictures. I don't care. In the pentagram drawings. I don't give a fuck. Yes, it's downbeat. It's fucking. It's a pessimistic ending it just took me out of the movie. I don't know how else to say it. It's in my opinion, a very shitty ending that ruined the film. It ruined the film. It ruined the story. It's an exorcist, then it turns right into Rosemary's Baby. Fucking great. I'm so glad it did that. Fucking great. That's my opinion, though. This is my opinion. And this actually got an award by Empire Magazine as the best film of 2010. Really? I know everybody is tied to their opinion, but I love your nominations, Empire Magazine. The Last Exorcism, a Nightmare on Elm Street remake, Let Me In, Paranormal Activity 2, and The Crazies. Those are all your nominations for the best horror films of 2010. You don't have Frozen in there. You don't have Lost Boys The Thirst. Like, you have a Nightmare on Elm Street remake and this piece of shit and Paranormal Activity 2 in there. You haven't seen Paranormal Activity 2. I know enough of it. But I have seen Last Exorcism, and I have seen the Elm Street remake, and they don't deserve to be on your fucking list. Last Exorcism should not win. Frozen is much better. But anyway, maybe because I've seen so many of these exorcism type movies, like The Exorcism, Emily Rose, and The Exorcist. To be honest, The Exorcist 3, that's my favorite. At least The Exorcist 3 ends decently. The idea of a credit to that, Exorcist 3, even when they studio change it, it ends decently. Exorcism Emily Rose, I kind of liked it because I thought it was a kind of a interesting take on it. But then cheap shot at the fucking ending. I don't know, I think there's a lot of other people who agree with me that the ending killed this movie. It really did. I'm looking at mine to be right now. Yeah, this person says it's a good movie with a poor conclusion. I agree. I agree. Of course, the guy doesn't talk about the ending, which sucks, but he does say it was a poor. I agree. It was a pretty good movie, but and I did another. It works pretty well up to the end. A hard sell ending to a horror movie that would have been better to end with a shiver and a shudder rather than with a shriek and a howl. And maybe that would have been cool. Just that doubt of, wait a minute, was she possessed? You know what it would be? He goes back and they're gone. They're gone. Everybody's gone. People left. They're like, what the fuck? Or they go back and the father's been killed. And like the police chase her and they shoot her. And somehow, some way, the guy like, you know, sees this and I don't know, like there's much better ways to end the movie. Not this bullshit. But that's just my opinion. That's my review of The Last Exorcism. It's not much, but it is what it is. Decent movie, good, interesting premise, setup, good main character. Just a very piss poor ending. Um, I like the character. Maybe that's why. I like the lead guy. I didn't want him to die or get fucked up. I'm sorry. Could have ended much better. Use or more ambiguity or more of a creepiness. Not with a ah. Maybe that's my opinion. Thanks for watching and take care. And Empire Magazine, I'm sorry, I disagree. This is not the best horror film 2010. You know what it is? Frozen. Lost Boys to Thirst. Even Hatchet 2 is better than this movie. Sorry, that's my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care. Later.